Listen, bro. Over deliberating on a thing can only get you stuck deliberating. Sincerely. Listen, it doesn't matter how you start, bro. Just start. You have a goal, you have a vision, you have a dream. Start. Most times, the problem people have is over deliberating. Like, you are too smart, you have read a lot of books, and you sit down and you keep trying to deliberate and deliberate and deliberate on the pros and cons, the possible outcomes, the possible failures, trying to avoid. And most times, in the deliberation and calculation, you end up not even venturing into what you want to do. Listen, behind the mind of every person who is always over deliberating on whether or not to launch in, when to launch in, how to launch in order to avoid losing, there is this thing called, behind the mind of such person, there is this thing called the fear of failure. That's exactly the reason for that over deliberating. You see, anything you over deliberate on and you still end up not making a step, you still cannot really tell what it will bring out. You see, life is not that, so it's not something, everything in life is not something you can just walk up and say, oh, this is how it's going to end, this is how it's going to begin. No, it's always very easy to actually say, oh, wow, yeah, this thing is going to work out. And most times it doesn't work out. And it's possible to look at something and see it as something that will not make any sense. And in a few years, go and look at some great inventors, people who achieve so much from life. Most of them, when they were making the step they were making, when I was reading the story of Lamborghini, I heard he was mocked when he brought his idea. Sometimes he doesn't have to look wise, smart business idea or smart this and that or whatever in order to make sense. This goes out to me and to anyone like me who has been over deliberating, over calculating, overestimating, trying to get everything in place. Most times that's another problem. Get everything in place in order to make a move. Bro, you don't need to have everything in place. Start with what you have. Start scrappily. Start like you're a joke. Start like you are not serious. Start like you are already heading to failure at the beginning, but start. You see, I've come to realize that you see that thing calling to start. Starting something seems to be the most difficult area of everything. There are a lot of people, they know how to go about this and that, but you see that first step is the problem. They will still sit down, they will reanalyze, they will analyze, they will deliberate, they will bring this idea. They are trying to get to do it in the best of best way. Coming up with this, looking for, at the end of the day, they end up not starting. Let me tell you, this is the reason why